let us move on to the next story. And this is about the overseas box office. So we have the domestic one here, and then we have the overseas box office. So two of the big we were just talking about Indiana Jones actually. So two of the biggest films that are still yet to come out, okay, are Barbie and Indiana Jones. And I think it's going to be a fascinating thing to see what happens with this. So, according to Variety, uh, the European box office expects a strong comeback with Oppenheimer, Indiana Jones, and Barbie. So, this comes to us from Variety. The walls of Barcelona's International Convention Center might soon once again rattle with the 4,000 European exhibitors, suppliers, and service providers in town for Cine Europe trade show. So that's like a CinemaCon here, and breathe out a collective sigh of relief. At the root of such succor at Europe's most encouraging box office admissions, which is marked with a quick uptick in late of 2022 and has continued to rise into the new year. I think this edition will be very much about celebrating because 2022 was a much better year than 2021, said Laura Holgate, CEO of the International Union of Cinemas. So that's kind of like NATO here, the National Organization of Theater Owners, which tends to be the needs of cinema trade associations and exhibitors over the continent. What's more, the numbers for the first quarter of 2023 have left everyone in a very good mood. Organized by the Film Expo Group and running from June 19th to the 22nd, the Barcelona trade show will bring together operators and exhibitors and for a diverse set of territories, all lifted by the same rising tide. Whereas early 2023 admissions in Germany, Norway, and Finland have come with percentage points of being equivalent to pre-pandemic figures. Receipts in France, Austria, and the Netherlands have been based off the 2017 to 2019 numbers by at least 2%. With the robust performances of blockbusters such as Avatar: The Way of Water and the Super Mario Brothers movie, they definitely played a role, not at least pushing analysts to Gower Street to amend their 2023 global box office by 10% this past April. She went on. She also credits strong domestic stats in France, Germany, and Finland as key drivers. It is imperative that we keep a constant flow of content coming in our cinemas. We must have, we must make sure to avoid any empty months. Summer slate presentations from Studio Canal, Warner Brothers, Sony Pictures, Universal, Paramount, and Disney will hopefully see that, alongside with a handful of screenings that is still yet to be confirmed. She tells Variety that those upcoming slates include Oppenheimer, Disney's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and Paramount's Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. And they've all got members of buzzing. Everyone is extremely excited for Barbie. There's huge hype. The pandemic shutdowns fading in the rearview mirror, with international travel restrictions lifted and local inhibitors no longer qualifying for the optimistic as being cautious. This year's Europe, Cine Europe, and promises to be the significantly higher attendance, more than a few years previous. So it basically goes on to say that they're going to do very well, and these are the two films that everybody is looking forward to. And I think that that's a big thing. That's a big thing because when you have these, Barbie is one of these films that is so fascinating because it's one of those things where you don't know what, I mean, you know what it's about, but you're still wanting to see it. So because you never thought you'd see a live action Barbie, right? I mean, we've seen G.I. Joe, we've seen Transformers, but never in your wildest dreams did you ever think we were going to see a Barbie. So, and as you were talking about Antonius, about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, this is going to be good to see Harrison Ford reprise his role. I think it's going to be a fun movie. I think people are going to, you've got a lot of the characters coming back. From what I understand, Um, there's a couple cameos in it. Not big cameos, character cameos within the franchise. So that's something to be said. I think that if Europe is getting excited about this, because don't forget, guys, as much as I swoon over box office numbers here, it's all overseas too. We are making films for overseas. We're not making them from here. We do to a certain extent, but all this stuff, this is why I say, in a perfect world, you want about a 50-50 split. All this stuff's going overseas. And I think that's a big thing. It's how much money can you make in Germany, in Austria, Japan, all these other countries, right? So, because if it doesn't do well here, they always have that as a fallback. And I think there's a big thing to be said there. So the fact that there's so much hype around Barbie, this is really going to be a surprising opening weekend for it. I believe, and I'm one of the people that the naysayers originally. So I think it's going to do well. Now I don't know how well, but I think that this could score. Look, if this scores a 50 to, if this could make more than the Flash, that's a win. That's a win. And that just goes to show you when it's done properly, okay, you're going to make a lot of money. So the thing that's holding Dial of Destiny back, okay, is that the budget had such a high price tag. Okay, $280 million. That's a big price tag. Okay, I mean, you had Fast 10 that hit over 300 earlier this year, but I mean, there's so much that movie's got to make $800 million just to break even. There's no way that's going to do that. That's a film, I think, what you're going to see, because a lot of people won't want to go to the theater. I think that you're going to see that on VOD very, very fast. I think Barbie is going to do the full theatrical run. I think Oppenheimer is going to do the full theatrical run, and that's going to actually make way for Oppenheimer to make more money. Okay, it's not going to blow up, but it's going to definitely make more money because the cast is stacked. The cast is absolutely stacked when you look at it. You've got Cillian Murphy. This will be his 5th picture with Christopher Nolan. Okay, he's done Inception. He's done Batman Begins. He was briefly in The Dark Knight. Okay, so this is his first lead role with Nolan. You've got Emily Blunt, who's a great actress. I mean, Edge of Tomorrow, all that. You've got Matt Damon, who's just established. Okay, there's no other word to call it. He's established. The list goes on and on and on and on. So I think it will be fascinating to see. So, anyways, guys, what do you guys think about hearing this news about the European market? Is this good news for the overall box office? Or do you think that they should just be weighing their options a little bit more? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll get back to everybody.